Namaskaram, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today we are going to talk about soil conservation. So let's take a look on soil conservation. Soil conservation is the prevention of the loss of the topmost layer of the soil from erosion or the prevention of reduced fertility. First thing is loss of the topmost layer of the soil, okay, from two factors. First is erosion and second one is prevention of reduced fertility caused by overusage, acidification, salinization or the other chemical soil contamination. So that's the definition of soil conservation. And now we are going to take a look on the another one. Soil conservation is a combination of practices used to protect the soil from degradation. Simply, conservation means to conserve the thing. Okay, and we are talking about soil conservation. That's why in that we have to conserve the soil. First and foremost, soil conservation involves treating the soil as a living ecosystem. Living means, I think you know, living ecosystem. This means returning organic matter to the soil on the continual basis. So now, take a look on the another one. As you know, we have 7 billion people in the all over the world until now. So soil is the basis for sustenance for 7 billion people. And that's why soil conservation is the most important thing. And now we are going to take a look on it, significance of the soil conservation. It preserves clean water. Who preserve clean water? Soil conservation, okay? So soil conservation preserves clean water and helps regulate the climate. Soil degradation reduces agricultural yield. Okay, yield means what we get from agriculture, like any crop, any fruits, like that. And threatens farmer livelihood. Soil that has been leached of its nutrition cannot support crops. Leached means out of, okay, and lacking of the nutrition that cannot support any crop or plant, that prevent desertification. Who prevent desertification? Soil conservation prevents desertification. And now, why soil conservation is so important? The first reason is the soil is literally the foundation of plant life. A tree will not be a tree without soil. Once again, a tree will not be a tree without soil. While there are some plants that can live in air, okay, aerophobic plants, okay, and hydrophobic plants as well, live in water or air, most plants need to be rooted to the ground, as you are very well aware about it, right? And the second thing is this, the soil additionally supports the animal kingdom as well. Our agriculture also relies on soil for its location and for other functions to be derived from its existence. It will be almost impossible to support the animal and human life without land. If you have to live, then you have to take food. The food comes from ground, and ground is made up of soil. Biodiversity relies on the soil at all time. Remember it, biodiversity relies on soil at all time. And the third thing is this, the soil is necessary for water supply. And as you all aware about it, the water is a crucial element for the growth of any plant, any tree. Got it? And this is the magic of nature. The land is also necessary to ensure the quality of water we derive from our earth. Nowadays, the underground water level is going to decrease. That's why a lot of places in the world having or facing the issue of water scarcity. Soil and water coexist. Please remember it. Soil and water are interdependent on each other. So do we and soil coexist? I'm asking a question. We means human and soil coexist or not? Absolutely. We also came in the category of coexistence with soil. That's why we have to take a good care of soil, and that's why we have to do soil conservation. Taking good care of our soil equates to taking care of our water supply. So now we are going to take a look on problem, land degradation and restoration. So this is the problem. Soil conservation issues in India. India means Bharat, as you all aware about it. So now that next part will described by Keerthy Raj CJ. So Keerthy Raj CJ, go ahead.
Okay. Proposal management. Despite year of study and substantial investment in remediation and prevention, soil erosion continues to be a major environmental problem with regard to land use in India and elsewhere around the world. Furthermore, changing climate and our weather pattern are exacerbating the problem. Our objective was to review past and current soil conservation programs in India to be better understand how the production, environmental, and social, economic, and policy related issues have affected soil and water conservation, and the incentives needed to address the most critical problems. We found that to achieve success in soil and water conservation policies, institute and operations must be coordinated using a holistic approach. Watershed programs have been shown to be one of the most effective strategy for bringing socio-economic change to different part of India. Within both dryland and rain-fed areas, watershed management has quietly revolutionized agriculture by aligning various sectors through significant soil and water conservation interventions and land use diversity. Significant result associated with various watershed scale soil and water conservation programs and interventions that were effected for reducing land degradation and improving productivity in different parts of the country are discussed. Soil is the most important natural resource that meets all human needs and protects the environment and the civilization. Ever increasing demands for land resource due to bargaining populations cause the degradation of these precious natural resources. Land degradation is a serious problem in India, and out of 329 million hectares of total geographical area, 146.8 million is reported as degraded. India is losing a huge amount of money in terms of loss of productivity from these degraded lands. Through India receives a good amount of annual rainfall, 1190 mm, due to enhanced need for domestic agriculture and industrial developmental activities. Overexploitation and laxity of water resource, it becomes scarce. The decline trend of groundwater level in all parts of the country also indicates that assured supply of good quality water will become a concern for the country's development. Hence, holistic management approach of soil and water resource by linking social and economic development with protection of the natural ecosystem is the need of our creation of inventory on soil and water resource, use of modern technological tools for developing conservation strategies, change in policy to protect natural resources, development of site-specific soil and water conservation measure, and involvement of local people in conserving the soil and the water resource are the future challenges for the scientists and policymakers. This paper highlights the soil and water conservation strategy and area to be addressed on priority. Part will continue by Yachcheresh. Thank you.
So, guys, the next part is described by Yachcheresh Tippna Hegari. So, Yachcheresh, please go ahead.
Hello everyone, I'm Yachcheresh. My friend Divya Bhan and Keerthy Raj already explained soil conservation and the proposal of soil conservation. My part is concluded. Okay, I have to one question. Why we conserve this soil? You know that answer? Soil is most important thing in everyone's life. Without soil, we can't live on the land. Okay, my part is concluded. Conservation of soil is most important for ecology. Nowadays, lot of human bad activities like deforestation, overexploitation, and irregular agriculture and cause for soil erosion. Conservation guide attempts to provide agriculture extension with an understanding of some techniques which have been found helpful in improving highly side farming system. Hopefully, Each extinction can find one or several techniques presented here which are appropriate for any specific work area. Clearly, it is not the rule of this guide, just as it is not the rule of extinction to dictate the techniques to be used in any given situation. Rather, agriculture and extensions and farmers should realize the realm of possible techniques available to them, enabling them to formulate their own plans according to the many variables which determine the appropriateness of any given farming practice for an area. You know that main reason of soil conservation is a lot of human bad activities like overgrazing, deforestation. It is the main cause of soil erosion. Okay, conserving soil is in addition to the increasing crop production. The introduction of soil conservation technique may facilitate the promotion and realization of more long-term effects of area-wide conserving programs such as management of watersheds to maintain a reliable, clean drinking water supply and production of environment. Conserving soil is most responsibility of us because of soil is the most important thing. Conserve soil and save life. Thank you.
And in the last, guys, I can only say one line: soil saves the mother nature. Remember it. Then until now, we will meet again. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
पुनर्दर्शनाय जय महाकाली।